YouTube family, my junk family, entrepreneurs, what up, though? What's going on? It's Mr. AMG. About to drop this load and head to this head and go real quick. Just thought I'll share with y'all briefly, man, the two types of communities and what to expect when dealing with them. By communities, I'm talking about online communities. I'm talking about advertising communities. Your communities are such as your Meta, Facebook, formerly Instagram, which is a part of that, and Google. Them the two big communities. Everything else to me is like smaller subdivisions, would be like Nextdoor, Craigslist, all of the other little platforms that you can still advertise on and do what you do. But the two big communities, Meta, Google. With Facebook, Meta, Instagram, a lot of messages, a lot of people don't call. It's something they just don't do. So if you're going to use that platform to advertise, just be aware that you're going to get more messages than anything. So that means you have to have the type of personality that is easy breezy, totally relatable to, totally, you know, just chill with. You can't be sometimes your normal self when going through a text message. You have to find a way to be more clear, more transparent, because text is a great way to miscommunicate what's being said, definitely, and you can run off customers that way. So be prepared with that community to do a lot of texting, a lot of messaging back and forth. You want to be prompt with that community because sometimes they are not the type to be very responsive right back to you, and you'll be the one that's responsive to them. So keep that in mind. With that community also, using that platform, I've found that when I've advertised, I have had a very, very high success rate with that community. But at the same time, I've had a lot of potential rentals, potential jobs slip through the cracks, just due to the fact that some people don't respond back right away, or some people just ghost you because of the price or whatever the case may be. They just don't really get what's going on. It's somewhat newer to them. And then you got to think about the type of people still using Facebook and Instagram. They're not the up and coming, you know, the up and coming younger youth. There are still those on there, but there are a lot of people, my generation, your generation, older generations before us, they're using it. So you have to have a mindset that there's more, I would say more adults, more grown-ups using Facebook, Meta, okay? Instagram, I'm still working with Instagram, have had a little bit of success with Instagram. It hasn't been my main focus, my main target yet. I'm starting to get into it. I wanted to find a rhythm with one, and I find a rhythm with one. I'm very successful with Facebook and just doing what I'm doing. Now, what I will say when it comes to Facebook, being organic on Facebook doesn't seem to do well. It just doesn't at this present time for myself. The organic reach isn't well with Facebook. So that's the downside to Facebook, that community. If you're paying to play with Meta and Facebook, you can have great success, especially if you learn how to work your keywords, your algorithms, your target audience and everything. You'll have success with it. With Google, I've had not so much success when I first started. It was one of the platforms that I just couldn't stand. I lost thousands of dollars messing with Google. But those thousands of dollars are paying off now. The organic reach is the truth. I prefer their organic reach over everybody else's platform. With that community, you'll get more people who call you. I'm a people person, so it's easier for me to get out what I gotta say and listen and respond back and get people to see what I have going on, or for me to listen to what they have going on, and then for me to give my input so we can make something work and we both can be happy and satisfied. So Google is becoming my big dog, my favorite right now. Google is becoming my favorite. Know that when you advertise on Google, the cost per click is pretty high, so you definitely want to just have somebody looking at your Google, learn it. You got to study Google. The analytics are way more in depth than Facebook. when it comes to marketing online with them. I've lost thousands of dollars dealing with them, so take my word on this, all right? What else can I say about Google, the community with them? Most people with Google who call, they're looking for something right then and there. They're looking for something today. So Google is definitely a platform that can get you some business ASAP right away. With Facebook, sometimes I get a lot of people who they really do look for the scheduling, the booking thing. So they both go hand in hand. I like both of them. But Google can help you run it up for real if you learn how it go. I'm still learning. I ain't a pro with it, but I'm way better than I was when I first started. Again, it's a pay-to-play game, so if you ain't really to get in your pockets, this ain't the lane for you. This just pretty much advertising in general. All right, it's not just junk removal and dumpster rental. It's advertising in general. Craigslist, those smaller communities, the subdivisions, I like to call them. Craigslist I found out to be great for finding some helpers to do some junk removal jobs. I like it for that. Phone rung nonstop one time with that. Crazy. And out of that, I found a diamond in the rough, man. And he's my go-to guy now when we got to get some stuff going. He's available. He works hard. And he's reliable. So definitely great for that. Haven't had that much success when it came to getting junk removal jobs and rentals. I've had some when I first started, but probably because I don't advertise on there as much. What else? Nextdoor. Haven't had any success with Nextdoor. Don't really care for Nextdoor. I know a lot of people do. It was recommended to me when I first started. Shout out to those who still, follow me and recommended the channel, recommended that app to me. But so far, it just don't work for me. So I really don't mess with it. I still got the app. Every blue moon when I'm bored, I'll go on there and post something. And that's just the free side. I ain't never done the paid promo thing. I haven't seen anything off the free side, so I can't say with the paid thing for real. One day I'll try it. So those my opinions on those types of communities when it comes to advertising online. I'll make another video later to get more in depth with them. I just wanted to give y'all my opinion on these communities and what to expect if you plan to advertise online your junk removal and dumpster rental business. I'll check y'all out in a minute. I got to unload this here and get on to this load and go. Check y'all out later. Peace.